Hi, everybody out there. 8:47 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, San Gabriel area. This is Robin Deschamps. I've been thinking quite a bit about the word introvert. There's the other one, extrovert, but we're going to talk about introvert right now. I try to make it as short as possible. This is my Friday on a Monday, the day before July 4th. And I decided to do this actually on my laptop. Probably not the best transmission available. I don't know what the coloration is going to be like. But let's get down with it with this introversion thing. I was watching another YouTube broadcast. I don't know what the word used, troll or someone just trying to upset because they said there was an introvert and they write back in their comment section that I don't believe you are an introvert just because you own YouTube. How about just because you do a lot of different things? And that makes you more confident, period. Now, introversion, and I don't want to look up the word inverted because I want to talk about it from experience. Because I think we all got some introvertness in us, just like any other thing. Someone is quiet, someone that keeps to themselves, someone who generally doesn't talk loud enough, or they keep to themselves, period. They don't express themselves in certain kinds of ways. But yet you see them on screen, you see them getting involved in many different activities. So, yeah, you might be an introvert personally around your family, probably be quiet, probably this and that. There's a lot of people like that. I think I touched on it a little bit the way I am. But if you mess with me, I'm not going to be an introvert any longer. I'm going to express myself. I'm going to tell you where you can take it. But yet I go back being my little humble self, not starting any trouble with anybody, being nice to everybody, being cool to everybody. But yet I'm on screen. I'm doing streaming. I'm on a webcam. I'm out walking around. Maybe you an introvert because when you was growing up as a child, people tell you when to talk, when not to talk. And as you grow up as a child, you start being confused, and then you start creating your own ideas of when you should or how you should react to other people or be around other people. Sometimes people with the same likeness, you both could be introverts. You're both quiet. You both are become friends. Sometimes you are the complete opposite. You're more quiet, and your little friend is not so quiet. To me, introversion is an experience that when you grow up, you learn to weave in and out of different situations in your own way. You're not too loud, you're not too this. Of course, I said that again, but you have to keep coming back to the same thing. A lot of people do not talk a lot, but put them in a certain situation, they express themselves very well. Maybe they're very quiet. Sometimes people equate quiet with introversion and vice versa. I know I act certain ways around certain people, because that's the way I am. Sometimes I surprise myself. But I know for myself growing up, you have to find your own voice. You have to figure out who you are. You get involved in plays, you sing in the choirs, but yet you still kind of mind your own self business in a much quieter sense, a much humble sense. You just do your little thing and not worry about it. I've been around other types of situations around kids that are very quiet, yet they're very talented. I've seen people grow up to be very shy, but they're not really shy. Maybe they had some sort of problem with other people, but maybe when they're around a bunch of other people with likenesses, I'm going back to that, then they come out and be themselves, so to speak. They were already themselves, but maybe they only come out to a certain few. Some of us don't like to show who we are. But you don't need someone to tell you that you're not an introvert just because you on YouTube, just because you do this and that. I remember getting involved in other type of speech programs or such. I didn't say a word, but when I got up and spoke, they said, "Oh, he can speak. He can talk. He can do this. He can do that." Then I go back into my shell. Because that does not mean just because you can speak in front of people on stage does not mean you are necessarily good with people in that kind of way, because maybe that's the way you are. That's the way you were brought up. Sometimes you change over time because when you're brought up a certain way, you learn to live differently as you grow older. And you finally put not only one and one together, but 12 times 12. So I don't want to hear someone talking about, oh, you're not this, you're not that. They don't know you. But if you're on the air and you're making a positive influence on someone's life, now I don't mean just going out cussing, because anyone can cuss. Anyone can say a bunch of bad words, but some people can't. Some people may have many facets to their life, but no one needs someone to tell them who they are. You already know who you are, what you want to do in life, and anything else. Because you too can be either, or should I say, you too can be successful in whatever you do. You don't have to be over successful. Anything you do and you're proud of what you've done, then that's good enough. Whether you're quiet, very quiet, silent, only speak, that's what being an introvert is to me. Because a lot of people only appeal to certain kinds of people. And sometimes they're trying to communicate with other kinds of people in their own way. They can express themselves. The ones you got to watch out for is the ones that never say nothing, who don't even talk to anybody, and go off and do something that is really out in, I don't care which field it is. It could be left or right field. But even they have a place in society. Everyone has a place in society to be themselves. And if some people think that it's not introversion because you say you are in introversion, well, you could say you're an idiot and you're ignorant. You don't need a PhD. You don't need a psychoanalysis report. We all need to see a psychiatrist every now and then. A lot of people claim that they don't, but whether your psychiatrist is your best friend or just someone you just managed to meet on the street and hear you. This is Robin and Champ giving you my perspective, one of my perspectives on being an introvert. This is my Friday on a Monday, the day before, or should I say the night before July 4th. Hope everyone have a great short break in the week. Don't have to go to work. Do your barbecues or your drive, whatever you do. Talk to you later, folks. This is Robin Deschamps. You know what time it is. It's time to be yourself. That's what it is. Whether you're an introvert or whatever. Just as long as you're out there and you're expressing yourself, if that's all it takes is just a little bit to make you happy, to converse. I got one other thing to say because a lot of people think a person is introvert because they don't make conversation. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not one to make conversation. I'm shy. Yes, I am. If you don't believe it, that's too bad. But yet I can talk a lot. And sometimes that's the conversations you run into. And I was on medication. Almost forgot I was on medication for about 6 months, being sick. I'm not going to tell you what this is, but you can guess what it is. My first taste. Oh, how good it tastes with ice or without ice. It's a cold one. Some people can drink it hot. And it's good and refreshing. Talk to you later, folks, because I don't have to tell you what it is. You know what it is.